Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
So now, well, I forgot to send it to Seth, but I sent it to y'all too. Did y'all read the letter that Manny Pacquiao team put out to the WBA?
I glanced, but I didn't really see exactly what was
Okay, so I'm gonna break it down.
it.
I'm not gonna read the whole letter, but pretty much verbatim what his team said was they was never informed by the WBA that Manny was gonna be stripped and be champion in recess, yada yada yada. Then they brought up Keith Thurman, which made it kind of made sense in a way when I started thinking about it. But he was like, his team was like, well, when Keith Thurman had the WBA and he went 22 months without even having the title defense, they never said anything about stripping him from the WBA. They took his WBC, but the WBA never said anything to Keith or informed that Keith would be stripped. And him and Manny was out pretty much the same exact time. That's pretty much what the letter was about. They pretty
Okay.
much saying that Manny was never informed, his team was never informed, and they feel like by this fight being this big, that Manny should still be the title holder because they didn't do this. They didn't do it to Keith when Keith had it, and he said when Manny ended up beating Keith, they still never stripped Keith when he was inactive. But soon as Manny become inactive, and he was and it said he's supposed to fight in 2020, but COVID happened, so he decided to take the rest of the year off.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much saying that he was just never informed that they would do that, and then by this fight being this big, that no way in hell Manny shouldn't be champion, but especially because of his dues he's paid in boxing.
You think he can appeal that?
Honestly, I feel like he could only because they did bring up the Keith situation.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I say they should have appealed it. I feel like he could win because of that. Because that is true. Keith beat. I mean, when Keith had it.
I mean,
Go ahead.
but here's my question though: how could he win? How could he win if the sanctioning body already said no? Or they gonna listen to him again and change their mind, or what?
Well, they said they wasn't gonna do it because technically in the rule book he's supposed to fight Ugas for it.
Right.
Right? That's the rule. But by them saying that they never informed Manny or his team about it, and then they brought up the whole Keith situation where Keith was never warned or nothing, and they let him keep it. I feel like that is a big enough argument right there. That's just me. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Because you pretty much saying, well, he can do it, but I can't. And I done paid way more dues than Keith. Oh, then they brought up that Manny was consistently paying thousands and thousands of sanctioning fees without even being told that he was going to be stripped. So pretty much like, why I'm paying for something that y'all know y'all going to take from me.
Yeah.
And I'm still paying on it.
Well, I mean, that's just part of the rules. If you hold the belt, you gonna pay.
Yeah.
Right?
It sounds like they got a
If
good
you
case
hold the
though.
belt, you're gonna pay.
That's true. That's true. It sounds like they got a good case though, based on that. But I wanted to confirm though. So they never officially reached out to Manny in the form of like no paperwork or nothing.
Yeah, that's what. Matter of fact, let me see on my screen.
Because I remember there was an article or some type of report from one of the representatives from the WBA where they were saying that if he is going to fight Ryan Garcia, if he was going to fight Conor McGregor, they said something to that effect where if you're serious about pursuing this fight, then we going to strip you. But I don't know if they actually sent something formally to Manny
it
Pacquiao
says his team. Who is the team member? I guess the guy named a suppressor or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
But anywho, he said on January the 29th of 2021, without any advance notice or warning, the WBA announced that it had designated Manny a champion in recess and elevated Yordenis Ugas.
Damn.
And then it said the title Manny won inside the ring that Ugas never fought for.
Right.
And then it goes on to a whole bunch of other stuff talking about Ugas. And then it said, I can tell you what, it's a quotation, I can tell you what, Manny didn't receive due process and respect, said Sean Gibbons, the president of Manny Pacquiao Promotion. It took 2 years to get the world title belt he earned inside the ring by beating an undefeated super champion, Keith Thurman. Hell, Manny only received that belt on Saturday. The WBA never inquired about Manny's title defense plans. The WBA never warned Manny, as being a super champion, that his status could be in jeopardy. The WBA also never informed us that Manny had been designated as champion in recess. We had to read the WBA's press release on the internet to find out. And
That's
speaking of Keith Thurman, the WBA had no concern about his lack of activity when he went over 22 months between title defenses. And they put in parentheses Danny Garcia on March the 4th, 2017. Josecito Lopez, January 26, 2019. Recess is over. The two best fighters in the welterweight division are facing each other. It should be celebrated and properly recognized. Even the Ring magazine is blessing the winner as the welterweight champion. This is not a sanctioning group. It is used. It says it's a used car lot. Take my advice before playing with the WBA. No, I'm not playing. Before paying the WBA sanctioning fee, kick the tires and read the warranty.
So is this the first like official response from Manny Pacquiao's team in regard to them, number
Yeah.
one, making him champion in recess and stripping the title away?
Yeah, this the only letter that I saw in response from
They
his team.
might be able to appeal this because I don't know in comparison to the WBC's rules. I don't know how they work. The
Yeah,
differences,
all sanctions are different. They different. They got
right?
their own set of rules.
Because I know when Devin Haney put his appeal out there, when they put him in recess after the injury, they let him get his shit back
Instantly without even having to fight for it.
right. You know what I'm saying? But
The WBC, right?
Yeah, that's the WBC.
WBC. So I'm thinking
So
if are similar at all, then they got a great case. So they should be able to appeal that, and he should be able to get his shit back.
But here's my question, though. Here's my question, fellas.
Go ahead.
Who's gonna overturn it?
It would have to be the WBA president.
Yeah. But I think don't they should have a legal route.
They got a voting. I think they got a voting panel too.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
There should be
sit over there sleeping.
There should be a panel for votes. There should be some sort of legal route, particularly for situations like this. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I don't think it will be one person that'll make the decision over there. Right. They'll review the facts and they'll be like, all right, you know, all in favor. And I think Manny got a great case.
Yeah, that's what I said. By reading that letter, I feel like he got a great case as well.
Hell yeah.
So I'm gonna ask all of y'all one by one. Do y'all think that Manny should be reinstated as super champion? Sick.
Yeah, I do. I mean, from what you told me, yes. I know how it goes. You know, it's like a lot of people, they don't always tell the truth, especially in boxing. But from what you told me, yeah, 100%, man. I mean, it's kind of setting a bad example for, you know, the younger generation. You know, people like that, and they're like, I'm just gonna take this shit. It's not right.
So, Rick, what you think about it, brother? You think Manny should be reinstated as super champ?
Doesn't matter.
Hey,
I like that too, though.
Hey, Red, I knew it, bro. You weren't lying. You in the same mood I am with boxing right now.
I mean, if we now we want to look at it on different aspects, then I say yeah, because it'll make the EJ fight that more meaningful. It have that much more on the line. Besides, since they already added the Ring magazine,
yeah,
so they added another on the line now. So it'll be, you know what I'm saying, it'll be, you know, that much more intriguing or whatever. But my personal opinion, it really don't. Because as of right now, honestly, does belts really matter to anybody on the cool?
No, they're all fake.
Hey,
especially if you're an upper echelon fighter, does it really matter?
The belts? Nah, you know what, bro? I think to answer that question, I think the only way the belts matter to the upper echelon is if it's for undisputed.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Undisputed status. But that's just me.
Yeah.
What you think, Troy? You think he should be reinstated?
Well, at first, when he first got stripped, I was happy
Yeah.
because I thought he
Let's
was a
go,
bust.
Bayless.
Look, you know what I'm saying? When he first got stripped, I was all for it because I felt like he was avoiding Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford.
Right.
So I didn't expect him to take this fight. You know what I'm saying? I didn't expect him to fight Crawford. I didn't expect him to fight Earl. So that's why I was kind of like tripping on Manny, like, man, they need to strip his ass because he talking about he ain't, you know what I'm saying? He ain't trying to fight these dudes. But the fact that he actually took this fight, which I commend him for so much, and the fact that he actually did win the fight in the ring versus an undefeated who should have been unified champion, Keith Thurman. So this very well could be Manny Pacquiao as a unified champion fighting Earl Spence, the IBF champion, right? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? So
That's crazy that you said that, bro. Because me and Red said that the night of,
Shut your ass.
I mean, not the night, but the day that Keith Thurman got stripped from the WBC. We
yeah,
was talking in our other group about that, like, bro, really and truly, Keith should be coming into this ring with 2 belts.
yeah, big facts. But
No,
I,
because
I also I also agree with them stripping him because due to inact because
oh yeah, definitely, yeah,
he was
you
doing a
just
lot
can't
of
hold the belts,
bullshit.
bro. Even
Right.
even though you are injured, you have surgery, you got your paperwork and X-rays to show it. I
Yeah.
get it, but you still can't hold these belts hostage.
Yeah, you can't be babysitting and you gotta have plans. You gotta be letting motherfuckers know, all right, look, this is what I plan to do. You can't just be sitting out overseas in India playing on the flute and shit. You know what I'm saying? With random motherfuckers talking about, you gonna come back when you ready. I don't like that. But going back to Manny though,
Right.
I believe that he should get the title back, bro, because he beat Keith Thurman in the ring. That was his very last fight. So, boxing is a what have you done for me lately sport. He ain't fought lately, but his last performance was a win over an undefeated champion in his prime, and he should be the champion. Ugas
Right,
is the rightful regular champion with for whatever that title is worth now. But he should stay in that position, and Manny Pacquiao should be the super champion, and then let Ugas get first dibs. If they can't make undisputed after this, let Ugas get first dibs at the winner of this fight. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I definitely think he should be reinstated as a champion. He deserves it.